What the? Thank you. Okay. All right, let me put up our link for tomorrow's webinar, I mean. Tomorrow's website. Okay, good brain. All right. So I didn't see what everybody said. What happened on your silver this morning? If you want to give me a quick recap, I'm
Heads up,
always
FJD
interested.
is going to be putting out the correct FJD video. We've accidentally put out the one from yesterday. Apologies.
Good, bad, indifferent. Nitin had two winners. Chantal had 1 and 1. All right. Okay. Oh, okay. I didn't see it. I see it now. Bracket 11. All right. Well, let's talk about oil. Oil, making a new high over 60. Over 60. So if we look at, first I'm going to put a reverse continue on my oil chart, our morning reverse continue. I have a template for my oil reverse continue. Let me see what I called it. I think I just called it oil reverse continue. Oh, oil reverse continue 116.26. Let's rename it today's date. Load her up. And we got one contract, 20 tick target, and a 20 tick stop. That's our reverse continue for oil. Yesterday, it made us a very nice scalp after the oil open. So that was great. I'm trying to remember, did we test the high or the low yesterday? I think we tested the high after the open. And the open worked as well yesterday. One contract for me. So I've been trading my funded account a little bit more conservatively because I don't want to lose it. Yesterday was a good day. My liquidation on that account is 49,389 and it's now above 50, which I'm at least happy it's back above 50. But because we had made some money in this account, the liquidation is pretty high. So I think this week I'm going to trade it carefully. Earnings were terrible this morning. And I did something I said I wasn't going to do. I said I wasn't going to have rooms for the crappy reports. And what did I do? I had a room for two crappy reports. Now, fortunately, I basically said they were not
President
great
Trump's now giving a
reports,
special address at Davos.
but I did have high hopes for TRV. I really thought TRV travelers might have a better fill and a better move, and it just didn't. It just didn't. Excuse me. I don't know.
Create more and more conversation.
I think
And that's what the
Trump is
forum is
speaking at
about. A
Davos.
serious
If you can
conversation
tolerate
in
it.
the spirit of
I don't know if I could
dialogue.
listen to him
UK
speak
Finance
anymore.
Minister
Discussions
Rees,
where
when asked on
the
whether
world
US
is
tariff
headed,
retaliation
where are
is
we
possible,
going?
we
And
would
these
never rule out
discussions
anything,
would be
but we would
But I have it
engage
on
to
in the
reduce trade
background.
barriers.
Without the President of the United States, the most important leader in the world. We appreciate him here, so let me introduce
So he's
and
getting ready
welcome
to
back
speak
to
right now.
Davos, the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
I'm just watching.
Trump
Let's
says
set up
inflation has been one
our
spot
oil.
5% and fourth quarter growth projected at 5.4%.
To be back in beautiful Davos, Switzerland, and to address so
Reverse
many respected
continue.
business leaders, so many
I'm glad that oil is
friends
pulling off the
here with
high
us,
because that gives us an opportunity to
and all of the distinguished
trade in both
guests. It's a who's
directions.
who, I will say that. I've come to this year's World Economic Forum with truly phenomenal news from America. Yesterday
Yeah, I
marked
can't
the
listen to this
one-year
BS.
anniversary of
I
my
just can't tolerate it.
inauguration, and today,
Can't take it.
after 12
Sorry.
months back in the White House, our
Cannot take it. Okay. We're going to put our regular trade on. Our regular trade is our range trade. So I'm going to load a second strategy onto the chart. I have a template for it. And it's
Trump
called
says US
the
economy is on
Oil
pace
New
to grow and
Open.
double IMF projected
Oil
growth.
New Open Range. Rename it by right clicking it. Today's date is the 21st.
And Trump says, I
Load
believe
it.
my policies can bring growth even higher.
All right, so we've got a range start time of 8:59. Ticks above the range are 1, ticks below the range 1. Show the graphics on chart. Yesterday, what we did, instead of trading two contracts, I traded one looking for a 20 tick target, and if the market moved in my favor, then I used if the market moves, I think we said 12 ticks, move to break even plus 4. I think maybe 10 ticks, move to break even plus
Trump
4.
says, I intend to raise living standards.
So that's one way that you can trade if you want to use one contract. Oil, before I finish setting up the trade, right now I'm just setting it up the way we always do. Using a stop of 20, targets of 8 and 20. Target one stop move is break even minus 4. Break even minus 4.
Trump says that certain places
And
in
it's
Europe
set up
are not recognizable anymore,
it's set up
and
to
Europe is not
trade
heading in the right direction.
in the oil funded account. Now, we like the fact that oil is pulling back down because we want room to move in both directions. I don't like to be sitting at a high right before a trade. We like to be pulled off of it. Now the YM, we also want to set up a reverse continue. I need to create another prop account for the YM and the YM opens. So I have to think about, we need a new prop account. We're looking for a company that supports everything. Bonds,
So Trump
corn.
criticizes Europe emphasis on green energy and
So
immigration.
that we're looking for. So we've got our reverse continue. Put that on one contract or two, a target of 35 with a stop of 35. That's our discretionary trade. And I'm going to trade it in the account that got killed this morning on earnings. Just bad moves, no follow-throughs, very disappointing. But I brought it upon myself and us by not censoring rooms with mediocre performance. So there's no reason to trade mediocre performance. Not at 6 in the morning, 6:30. It's not necessary. So YM reverse continue. Apply it. Okay it. So we have a discretionary trade set up. And we want to make sure we're on the right account. And we'll turn it on. Then I like looking at magnets on the YM in the morning. It might be that the high of day, low of day magnet is not the viable setup this morning. It might be a custom level to go to the VWAP. That might be the best magnet this morning. But right now I'm going to set it up high of day, low of day. Let's see if the YM pulls off of the low. So default target 1 with a 50 tick stop. Proximity is a 3. Trading in the same account that I traded earnings this morning. Labeling it YM magnet. Just one position at the moment. Stop is 50. Default target -3. High of day, low of day. And my VWAP and high of day, low of signals are on. We're going to apply it. Okay. So our YM is set up. Now remember, when you turn on the magnet, it puts your orders entry on the chart. Right now I'm going to turn it off because I'm not ready yet to put my orders on the chart. I want to see if we pull off the low. All right. I want to see if we pull off the low. Getting back to oil. So the big question is the amount of risk that you want to take on oil. I know, Graybeard. I know he's talking. What happened to my video? The video disappeared. Here it is. All right.
Single-year reduction in government employment since the end of World War II. Nobody thought that was coming, but we had no choice to make a country great. You can't have all federal jobs. We've cut federal spending by $100 billion and slashed the federal budget deficit by 27% in the single year. It's going to go down quite a bit.
I can't listen. I can't listen. When I put it on, I mean, you know that so much of what's being said is not true. It's impossible to listen to. All right. I don't know if you saw his speech yesterday. That was one for the ages. All right, watching
And
the
Trump
YM.
says
I
America
want to
must
see the
support
YM pull
domestic
up
steel production rise.
so we have room in between the low and the current price. Otherwise, it might just be a push down this morning. Now, the oil range trade. So the question is, I'd like to see oil pull down a little bit more. I'm thinking, definitely thinking oil. I'm thinking long. I'm not going to trade long only. Looking at a 10-minute chart, look how bullish oil got 4 in the morning. You could see it consolidated pretty much all night after the open towards the high side. And then at 4 in the morning,
Trump said that
it
he will
broke
slash
60.
monthly trade deficit by 77%.
It broke 60.
Trump says the European nations, Japan, and South Korea are US partners.
Yep. I mean,
Trump's Davos says when
Graybeard
oil
makes a
goes up,
point
you
on
follow.
YouTube. It's very difficult to trade when he's talking because you never know what he's going to say and how it's going to affect the market. So it might make sense to wait until he's done. I think I'll trade one contract on oil because of the talking. Right now, oil's fairly quiet. It's done
Trump
its
says US natural gas production
it did
is at
its
an all-time
move.
high.
So let's keep an eye. Here's the other thing. Here's the problem with trading oil for a
Trump also
direction.
says the US oil production is
If
up
you
by
read the news about
150,000
oil,
barrels a day.
supplies are getting larger and larger. In other words, oil is very bearish. The fact that it's over 60 is a surprise or is probably what's the word I'm looking for? It's political. It's not based on supply and demand. The overnight news supply and demand is that supplies are very large and that
Trump says the US is
it
helping
should push
Venezuela
prices
and will
down.
split oil revenue with them. He also says factory construction is up by 41%. And Trump says that Venezuela is going to make more money. And Trump and Venezuela, just repeating what he said before, saying that every major company is coming with us. Trump says gasoline prices will soon be less than $2 a gallon.
Watching the YM, watching the YM. So we're getting a pull off the low, which
Trump
is
says
good.
the US is going heavy into nuclear energy.
So oil has done its pullback, but like I said, I think I'm going to do what I did yesterday. One contract, 20 tick target.
Trump says we can have illegal energy now at good prices and safe.
20 tick stop. If the market moves 10 ticks in my favor, then I'm going to move the stop to +4 to protect that profit. So that's how I'm going to do oil this morning. I don't think he'll be done talking by 9. He never
Trump also
stops.
said G7 finance
It's
meeting
like
has been pushed to next week due
just
to
never
scheduling
stops.
constraints linked to the World Economic Forum in
And I'll
Davos.
put it on account number 55. That's our funded
Also
open
reminding,
account.
we're still expecting the US Red Book year-on-year data, PIB was 5.7%.
Core inflation is 1.5%. 1.5%. So let's see. My insurance bills are up, what, 20%? So that's not 1.5. Gas, utilities up 20%, 25%. Electric bill, water bill way up. Where is that 1%? What's less? What costs less? I can't think of anything. I can't think of anything that's less other than the price of gasoline and oil. And now what's happening, the price of oils, if it gets too low, the oil companies can't make money. And they're not going to be happy about that. Okay, so now I'm going to put my magnet on the YM back on my high of day, low of day. I'm going to move my order. Right below the S1.
US
Now,
broke year on year, 5 support, 5%, 5 support.
I am going to add that second contract to the magnet. So the first target is 3 ticks before it gets to the low. That's default. The second target, position size 1 is a 1, 15 ticks through the magnet. 15 ticks through the magnet. Turn it back on. Gonna leave the order where it is. If it gets, I don't expect it to get to the high of the day while we're in the room. Turn it on. I'll take an auto trade. And then everybody set? Does everybody understand the setups this morning? Everybody? Yes? No? Maybe?
Trump says I want Europe and the UK to do great. And Trump says European energy has reached catastrophic low levels, and I blame the leftists.
All right,
Trump says
folks.
Germany's chancellor
Oil
is
opens at
fixing
9.
electricity problems in Germany.
So we're just waiting now.
Trump says China sells windmills but doesn't use them themselves. Trump says China makes wind farms but uses coal, and they're doing just fine.
We're just waiting, folks. Waiting. Now, if the YM starts falling again, it'll probably break the low. Now at 9:30, pending homes is not a real good event. So I may watch it, but probably that's about it. Out of all the home trades, it's probably the worst of them all. And it's one that we don't always trade. So I'm not, I may just watch it. I'll probably just watch it. Don't really
Trump
have a
says
good setup
energy,
for it.
trade, immigration, and growth are
So our
all key
range
to
is
United
starting
the
to
world.
draw on oil. All right, that's what those lines are.
Adding, we want strong allies, not
The
socially
top
weak
line
neighbors.
is the order
Adding
entry.
that these are
The bottom
vital to
line
national
is
security.
the short order entry. The top line is the long order entry.
Adding, Greenland's situation makes the issue more clear. Trump says he has tremendous respect for the people of Greenland and Denmark. Effective Fed funds rate at 3.64% unchanged on January 20th. Trump says no nation is in a position to secure Greenland other than the US. Trump says Venezuela proved how great America's power is.
So the oil open is pushing to the upside at the moment.
So Trump just recounting US forces holding Greenland during World War II. Trump added that any NATO
Order
ally has
submitted.
an obligation to defend their territory.
There's the range orders. Right now, it looks like we're going to get filled to the long side.
Trump at Davos says the US set up bases on Greenland for Denmark. We fought for Denmark.
Order submitted.
Filled to the long side. So let's see if we get some follow through or not.
Trump says after the war we gave Greenland back. How stupid we were.
Now remember, if it goes 10 ticks, our stop will move to +4. But that doesn't mean you can't move your stop before that if you wanted to. But you do have to remember that if the market goes 10 ticks, that stop's going to move.
Trump at Davos says the US saved Greenland and gave it back to Denmark after World War II. Denmark is ungrateful now. Trump says Greenland is sitting undefended in a key strategic location.
Watching oil. Don't forget, we also have an MNQ trade, and we need to set that up in about 5 or 10 minutes. Oil not moving a
Trump
lot.
reiterating that Greenland is needed for strategic national security. Adding Greenland is a part of North America. It's our territory.
I gotta take this.
Trump says Greenland is on the northern frontier of the Western
Hello?
Hemisphere.
Hi, Ron. Good morning.
According to documents and shipping data, exports of Venezuelan oil as part of a supply deal with the US reached some 7.8 million
Okay.
barrels. Trump just saying the US should have kept Greenland after World War II, just reiterating what he's already said.
Okay. What's the best way to get the car there, you think?
Trump says the US alone can protect Greenland, develop and improve it.
Okay.
And Trump
On
says that we're
Essington?
seeking immediate talks on Greenland.
Okay. Okay.
So again,
Okay.
saying we're seeking immediate negotiations to acquire Greenland.
I do appreciate that. Right, right. Okay. So I've got to call them and figure out how I can
Trump
get them
says
there.
Greenland would not be a threat to NATO. We would enhance it. Again, it would enhance it. So again, Trump said Greenland
Right.
would not be
Okay.
a threat to NATO. He would enhance it.
I'm just trying to think. Okay, let me. I'll keep you advised. You think it is the one on Essington, right? That's the one you're thinking. Okay. Right. And you absolutely think that it's not something that a local mechanic could do. Okay. Okay.
So off the back of Trump's comment saying that the US
Right.
seeks immediate
Right.
talks on
Okay.
acquiring
Okay.
Greenland,
So I'll
I
be in
did see some
touch.
movement
Okay.
towards the
Thank you.
upside on the
Okay.
S&P 500, seeing Stocks Europe 600 index pairing
Yeah, I
drop
appreciate it. Okay.
0.4% as
Thank you.
Trump speaks.
Okay.
Dollar did see a little bit of movement towards the upside as well for the back of that. Not a whole lot, but a little bit of movement towards the upside. Bitcoin as well, gold saw movement towards the downside.
Okay, folks. Can you hear me still? Can you hear me? Give me a heads up that you can hear me. Okay. So I'm still just watching. I've got to set up my M&Q chart.
US Treasury yields turning lower in the wake of Trump's speech. 10-year yield last slightly down at around 4.293%. So again, Trump said that the US seeks immediate talks on acquiring Greenland.
So I'm going to duplicate my YM chart.
S&P 500 E-mini futures up 0.1%, Nasdaq 100 futures flat, Dow futures down 0.1%.
And then I'm going to turn it into an MNQ chart. I'm going to shrink my oil chart a little bit. So our oil trade is on with one contract. The YM had a burst up, probably on something that Trump might have said. It's possible. And then on the MNQ,
Trump says NATO and Europe don't appreciate the work that the US does.
the first thing I'm going to do is put on a reverse continue. So I'm going to right-click strategy, click News Trader, put on a reverse continue, a couple of contracts, a target of 40, a stop of 75, which is what we do most mornings if we take a scalp. Going to trade it in my funded market open for the
Trump says that Europe
MNQ.
has to work on Ukraine, not us.
MNQ, reverse continue, apply it and OK it. So that's our MNQ setup. Now it's definitely moving because of probably Trump. That's my guess. That's the volatility.
Trump, on using excessive force, says, I won't do that.
I think if he stops speaking, if he keeps talking, I'm not going to trade the open.
Trump says, all the US is asking is for Greenland.
Or I'll put the setup on the chart.
Yeah, and just seeing another movement, a little bit of a pop towards the upside again in the S&P 500 off of the back of Trump's comment saying on excessive force that I won't do that. Trump on NATO says, we never asked for anything. We never got anything. European shares trim losses as Trump speaks. Stocks 600 down 0.3%.
All right, so our second strategy for the MNQ is a breakout. I'm going to load the template. MNQ open.
He won't use force to get Greenland.
I think we're going to get a fill on the YM because he's saying he won't use force against Greenland, is what he's saying. Looking for MNQ new open. Going to right click and label it today. And we've got a 40 bracket, a trigger at 929.59, targets 30 and 100. I'll do 35 and 100. The stop is 125.
Trump says we can't defend Greenland on the lease.
$125 on the stop. I'll trade it in my normal market funded open account. Let's see what the market's doing for a while. And I'm thinking Trump will probably be done speaking. The market might just be, well, let's see if he's done speaking. I do want to test the bracket at the moment, even though the market is a little bit extra volatile because he's talking.
Trump says building a golden dome atop Greenland. Again, Trump says we're building a golden dome atop Greenland. Canada is not grateful.
Order submit. Order canceled.
They should be grateful.
Let me put the bracket the strategy on SIM on the breakout.
Trump says Canada lives because of the US. Remember that, Carney.
Order submitted. Order cancelled.
Okay, I'm going to right click and put the MNQ back on regular time. Right now the brackets are a little bit tight.
US Treasury yield slightly extend fall after Trump says he won't use force on Greenland. The 10-year yield last down about 4.287%.
All right, so
S&P
putting
500 index futures rise 0.4% to pre-market high.
software on
After Trump's comments
54.
about Greenland.
It may just be a little bit too volatile to trade this morning, folks. This is extra risk.
Nasdaq 100 futures rebound up 0.3%.
It's definitely extra risk. Now, it looks like oil decided it was going to change direction after looking like it might go up a bit. So, probably, my gut feeling is,
Trump says that we're bringing back battleships.
maybe we shouldn't have taken the trade while he's talking. It is a risk. It's definitely a risk. So it's why I only traded one contract on oil this morning. It looks like it's going to stop.
Order filled.
All right, so oil stopped. I don't think I'm interested in taking any scalps at the moment. The oil range trade is over. I'm going to remove it. I'm just not sure if oil's going to test the low while he's speaking.
So Trump says
So we have
there's no
15
Golden
minutes.
Dome on Greenland. Trump says that we're dealing with Putin and he wants to make a deal. And he's meeting Zelensky today.
All right, so I'm not going to take another trade on oil this morning. So I'm removing that. So I don't need my oil chart. I think what I'll do is let the market open, trade. It's not monstrous risk on MNQ. Or YM trade. I think if it keeps going, it's going to test the high. He's still talking.
Last week, if you saw, it was 10,000 soldiers, but last month it was 31,000 soldiers died. 31,000. That's this room times.
Trump says, now I'm
number
asking
of
for a
people in
piece
this
of
room
ice.
times
A
30.
very small ask.
Think of it. 30,000 soldiers died in 1 month. The month before it was 27,000. The month before that it was 28,000. The month before that it was 25,000. It's a bloodbath over there. And that's what I want to stop. It doesn't help the United States, but these are souls. These are young.
So it certainly looks like the NQ wants to go up
Trump says that we will
to
be
test the
with
high.
NATO 100%, but I'm not sure they will be with there. They will be there for us.
2 weeks
Again,
later, they get a call.
we will
Your
be
son's
with NATO
head's been blown
100%,
off.
but I'm not sure they'll
I
be
want
with
to
us.
stop
The
it.
YM,
Horrible war. It's the worst since World War II.
right at the fill. It
They keep
didn't
going
do
like
the
it's not
fill.
World
It
War
missed
II.
it
The
by a
numbers are
tick, it looks
staggering
like.
how many people they've lost. They don't want to talk about it.
Order submitted.
Ukraine and Russia
Okay,
lost
Trump
YM.
says stock market
tremendous
took a dip
amounts.
yesterday because of Iceland.
And I'm
Stock
dealing with
market did
President
is
Putin, and
peanuts.
he
See if
Stock
it'll
wants
hit the
market
to
first
doubled.
target.
I'm dealing with President Zelensky, and I think he wants to make a deal. I'm meeting him today. He might be in the audience right now. But they got to get that war stopped because too many people are dying, needlessly dying. Too many souls are being lost. That's the only reason I'm interested in doing it. But in doing it, I'm helping Europe, I'm helping NATO, and I've until the
Trump
last
says
few
the US
days
will
when I
make
told them
weapons even
about
faster
Iceland,
after
they
new
loved
defense
me.
rules.
They called me daddy, right? The last time. Very smart man said, he's our daddy.
All
I was
right, so
running
we're
it. I
just
was still running it. I went from running it to being a terrible
watching,
human being.
just watching.
But now what I'm asking for is a piece of ice.
So filled on the YM. See if it'll go test the high.
Trump says defense company stock buybacks are not allowed anymore.
Order
All
filled.
right, so total change in direction on the YM. And NQ. So it's very, very risky, obviously, if you trade while he speaks. It
Trump
could just
reiterated
have easily
what
have
he said
gone up.
today, that you will remain
So,
in
you know,
oil.
you decide I'm taking the risk in a prop account that, you know, it's not the end of the world, not a funded account. It's just a prop account that has been struggling all day. So, you know, is it smart? Maybe not so smart to trade when Trump is talking. So now there will be YM signals, possibly based off if it gets to the high. Right now, there won't be signals unless it goes to. I still think it might go to the high. In retrospect, looking at where our stop was, it probably should have been moved below the VU up. Let's see if it breaks the VU up. And now it's breaking the high. That if that isn't frustrating because our stop was in the wrong place, that's a little bit frustrating. Let's see if it breaks the high.
Trump says mortgage prices, rents, and car payments are going down.
There it is. So just didn't adjust that stop below the VU up. But look, it
Trump
was a
says
pretty
speculation selling
big
policy can be
adjustment.
achieved through
Because
tactics.
look where we got stopped. It was about 40 more ticks. So you can't totally blame yourself on that. It would have been quite a lot of risk. Quite a lot of risk. But it still does make sense. It does make sense. That's one of the rules that when you're doing magnets, your stops have to be in the right places. It's very important that the stops are in the right place. And Q made a new high also. Still talking.
Other nations approved it, and they had to use tariffs in order to get it.
US stock
because they
index
said,
futures
"No way."
extend gains. S&P
In other
500
words, a
futures up
pill
0.5%.
that cost 10% in London costs $130. Think it costs $10
Voice news
in London,
disconnected.
costs $130 in New York or in Los Angeles. And I'd say, boy, that's bad. Friends of mine would say, you know, we go to London, you can buy this stuff for nothing. We go all over the world, we could buy it for nothing. Because basically America
Now
was
he's talking
subsidizing every
tariffs.
nation in the world.
All right, so we've got 5 minutes till the news comes out. MNQ testing the highs. And the YM. Made the new highs. MNQ pushing through, trying.
Trump at Davos says he threatened Macron with additional tariffs over drug prices. So again, Trump at Davos says he threatened Macron with additional tariffs over drug prices.
All right, folks, just waiting on the open now. Waiting on the open. And then I'm not going to be able to stick around very long after the open. I have a serious problem I have to take care of. Unfortunately, pending home sales, I wasn't planning on trading, folks. Anyway, I was just going to watch it. But I'm going to trade the open. I don't have a lot of contracts on. I'm going to let it trade on the MNQ.
So Trump zeroes in on Macron for drug prices.
Right now, Arthur, I believe
Trump
they have an
attacks corporations buying houses.
83% discount. It's medium. It's not as good as, it's not a 91%. I think it's 83. Pretty sure.
Trump at Davos says homes are built for people, not corporations. Trump says the US won't become a nation of renters. And Trump just reiterating what he's already done, just saying that he has signed order banning large institutional investors from buying homes. Also, less than a minute till we get the market on open imbalance data. Trump laments surging credit card debt. Trump criticizing credit card companies' interest charges.
All right, 30 seconds till the open.
Trump at Davos calls on Congress to cap credit card interest rates at 10% for 1 year. Ten seconds to the market on open imbalance data.
Order submitted.
All right, there's
Order
the
submitted.
orders.
Order filled.
Filled short, expanding the
Market on
second
open
target.
Order
I
imbalance
think,
filled.
okay,
500
so
buy side 380
the
million.
typical
Nasdaq 100
target
sell
one
side
winner
0.4
on the
million.
market
Dow
open, and
30
then it
buy side
changed direction.
25 million.
Seems to
Mag
happen
7 sell
almost
side
every day.
7.9 million.
Target one winner.
Trump says a hope to sign bill on
Turning
crypto
off
soon.
my breakout, not doing another breakout. Probably going to just leave things be. The YMR magnet didn't work. I'm not going to redo the YM magnet. It's been testing the high. So the frustration in the YM was our stop was, we would have had to take a lot more risk, but the stop really should have been below the VWAP.
Trump says
That's the
crypto is
honest truth.
particularly
It
crypto
should
is
have been below the
politically
VWAP.
popular
So
and need to block China's
lesson
hold.
learned. All right, everybody on YouTube, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. We'll be
Trump says
streaming
I
again
will
in the
announce a
morning
new Fed chair
tomorrow.
soon, in the not
And
too distant
the
future.
MNQ winner, YM loser. So we'll keep forging ahead. And thank you everyone on YouTube for watching. And I'll see you tomorrow.